a shining force in Star Trek stars and Superman's course.
Speaking of acting with your friends, you did a short called Computer Potato with Al Miro.
Yeah, you've interviewed Al Miro.
I love Al Miro. He's amazing. And I have a question for you about Al.
Uh-huh.
How long working with him did it take before he took his shirt off?
Oh my God, that's really funny.
It had to be like 5 minutes.
I've been friends. I'm friends with Al for a long, long time. In fact, Computer Potato, I auditioned for first, and he helped me with the audition reading. And then they were still struggling to find his character, and I said to him, "You should just do it. You know the lines already." And he was like, "Okay." So, and then they cast him as well. But yes, that's hilarious. His Instagram is does not often a shirt around, but. I don't think he necessarily was topless while shooting, but probably, around the pool.
Oh, we're done. Get off.
We're done now. I'm going to take my shirt off.
I got to get this off. It's
yeah.
And to be fair, I think the other guys here would 100% agree. If we were built even half that well, we wouldn't have shorts in our closet.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. Just like in that movie with Emma Stone, she's like, "You look photoshopped." It's so true.
He looks photoshopped. Yeah. I want to cuddle him. Like, oh, that's what I
Although
should do.
He's probably like a rock. If you were.
Warm though. A warm rock.
A warm rock. Just what you want to lay your head on.
And it's better than a cold rock. When you worked with him, you have a history with him. You did at least 3 episodes of How to Make It in Hollywood When You're Foreign as Fuck.
Yeah.
Which I love. We all love. I want to say, I like to call Al Miro a friend of the show because he doesn't have a say in it. I love him. I love his work. I love what he's done.
Yeah.
I think, is he one of those? What was it like on those? I know it was a lot of COVID stuff. That's where it came from. Just trying to do whatever you can.
Mm-hmm.
Can you dive into any of that? I'm just because someday I'm going to hit him up and I want to be involved in whatever he does season 3.
Yeah, I mean, we did one episode not that long ago. We did another one because of the whole AI discussion. So I don't know if you've seen that one yet.
I think I've clicked through them all. Like it's right before interviewing, we clicked on whatever we could get.
He's AI Miro.
Yes. Because I love the joke. I love the joke.
Yeah, honestly, I will say, like, I've never, even in that project, I've never known anyone commit so hard to anything. And he commits to everything he does. Acting, he's up for a UBCP award in Vancouver right now for Puppy Love, which is, he's so great in that and absolutely hilarious and just does whatever he wants. And it just translates so brilliantly on screen. And it's the same for that. And I don't know if you saw the Christmas episode of that, where he's the
homeless Christmas guy. Yes.
I was actually gagging. I could not hold it together when he's got like all the drool hanging out of his mouth, and I'm just like, oh God, all the things my character said, that was me, like just dealing with in the moment. That was like,
oh God, no.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Really fun to I wasn't involved in the first season. Because that was kind of him, but the very end of the first season was when we first heard the casting director's voice, and then that's me. So that was when I came on board, and at the same time I was like, well, I've produced short films multiple times and things like that. Do you want me to get on board on that side too? So yeah, it was really fun. He wrote it all, and then we kind of figured out how to get it up, where to get it to, all this signage and promotions and stuff. But
I want more.
Fun thing to be part of. I will tell him again.
I want more.
We have fans. We got to get this out.
You do. 3 are in this, 4 are in this chat right now. So
yeah.
I'm sure you are. I just want to start over. Like in 2015, you started really. I don't know. You were taking off before, but 2015, like started taking off television work with Bates Motel. I think was one of your early, if not first, televised series. And then in 2016, a year later, you're in Star Trek Beyond. And I watched Jim Masters' interview before this. Hi, Jim. And I know you're a Star Trek geek like me. What? I already asked you what's it like being on set and imposter syndrome stuff, but you're in uniform with a badge on.
Yeah.
How How do you live
It
with
was-
yourself that evening? Like,
I felt like I couldn't breathe when they first put the badge on me, not from imposter syndrome, but from like so much excitement. I was like, oh my
right?
God. And I wondered if it worked. It didn't, obviously, but I like pressed it. I was like, Natalie to the
Good.
bridge. No, it
Just
didn't.
natural.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a really, really cool experience. Although I will say that I think if you watch Jim's show, you know that I was actually there as background because I was just desperate to be
Yeah.
on Match.
I would do this. Yeah, in a heartbeat. What do you need? I'm there.
They whisked me away to do hair and makeup once I auditioned for the role, and they'd given it to me while we were there. At the time, I had a pixie cut, and I was like growing out my hair, and I like always had it tucked behind my ears because it was not in a good time. It was like the between stages.
Right. Yeah.
And
That's where I am with a beard right now, by the way. I shaved it for Halloween and I can't stand this.
it's like it's there, but it's not. It's
Not
like,
right.
well, I had it tucked up, like, and I was like, it was kind of cute. It was fine, but then I got to hair and makeup, and like, I hadn't done a lot of film and television at this point either, and I was like, well, I guess do whatever you want to do, and they like combed it all forward. Basically, I look like I should be in the original series. I have a bowl cut.
Yeah.
And it's terrible, but so fun to be on that set. But every time I look at that, me running in and saying that line, I'm always just like, oh dear God, look at the hair.
Yeah, but like you're there. You
I
did
was
it.
there. And I had the uniform, and it was really cool. Yeah, it was a delight.
Did you get to take it home?
God no, they made us sign. We weren't given our contracts.
Yeah, I figured.
After, and they were like, no, you can't take anything. We had to wear secrecy capes if we ever left the studio to go to the washroom or anything, because so many people outside trying to get photos. It was
Sure. Secrecy
yeah.
cape?
It literally just looks like something Harry Potter would put on with a big hood, black.
Oh, okay.
Just to
I
cover
got
the uniform completely.
It makes sense. I get it. I mean, I did read the screenplay for Star Trek Generations well before the movie came out, and I've promised myself I would never support spoiler stuff again. Just because now that so many people put so much work into these things, and part of it is surprise and the element, and I'm almost angry with a lot of YouTubers right now because they will put a spoiler in the thumbnail of whatever they're reviewing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that guy's in it. Therefore he's not dead. Or that like they just ruin everything so much, just trying to get the jump on everybody else or get the click.
Yeah, it's annoying.
So
It's also, I kind of feel a bit like that about trailers. I don't watch trailers for movies anymore because there's no point in going to see the movie after because you've seen all the best bits.
If I watch a trailer, chances are I don't need to see the movie. They just told me everything except the ending.
Exactly. So if I am, because I'm not sure if it's like the kind of movie, I'll watch like literally 5 seconds and I'll decide within those 5 seconds, yes. And then I'll go because I don't want to know anything about it. But yeah, they're so long and you just know everything.
I like to be surprised. In fact, that's one of the reasons we do some movie review stuff and we watch shorts, and I try to go in as blind as possible. I don't want to know, like, even the title. Don't tell me that, and I'm fine with it. I don't want to know if an actor that I know is in it. I just wow me. I want to go, oh, cool.
Yeah, and I think it's
the
kind
fun
of the
for
same,
me.
for me, it's kind of the same with the trigger warnings, especially with stage. I feel like I understand them, having had situations myself, but I also feel like it really is responsibility of the person who's going. I think, like, I was going to go to a play in Vancouver, and I'd heard that maybe it's a bit violent or whatever, and I called them, and they were like, oh, there's like 4 stabbings and this, that, and the other, and I'm fine with it sometimes, and other days I'm not, and that day I was just like not in the mood for that. But it was me who, you know, was proactive and found out. I just hate it when I go to a show and I'm really excited about it, and then they're like, oh, these are all the things that you're going to see in this show, and now there's no shock, there's no, you know, the whole point of the going to a play is to be shocked and be uncomfortable, and I feel like a lot of it's going away now, which is kind of sad, I think.
No, I'm with you. The name it's the most popular musical in New York right now, and I can't remember the name of it. Guys, what did I go to New York to see? It just slipped my mind, but I went and everybody about
sorry.
You guys, but I went with not knowing anything other than the music style is rap. and it's a period piece sort of, but it just I went in not knowing anything,
Hamilton?
and yeah, Hamilton. I could the name Hamilton slipped my head.
Okay, yeah.
I always go with like Hitchcock. No, I would see Hamilton with nothing. I didn't listen to a song first. I didn't read the basic plots or anything. I just went in, and at this point, and this was a couple weeks ago. At this point, it's very hard to avoid information about something like that. But I
Mhm.
went in and loved it because I knew nothing.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah. I
I
think
like
that's the best way to do it.
and I'm glad I did it that way. I really am. I walked out going, "Oh," and nobody influenced me. Said, "Well, around the third act, they do this thing." I had nothing. I didn't know what the stage did. In fact, I'm not saying it out loud right now, so I don't spoil it for somebody else.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I think
it's
it's
just
important
everything about that show was great.
TV shows that way too. Like if you wait too long, you're screwed because everyone is sharing everything now. And if you have an image of someone in your head that it's gone. Like because I read the Game of Thrones books 4 times before the show was even a
Right.
thing in Manitoba when I was trying to survive. And
I know that I've been through reading binges like that. I know
I had
exactly what you're talking about.
characters maybe in my head, and it was like for me, it was kind of sad when the show came out because all my characters that I had, like there was no getting away from seeing those actors. And I feel a little bit like that now. If you don't watch a show quick enough, then you're gonna not be able to have the surprises because everyone's sharing it. Like you said, they're all ruining it.
They're thrusting pop culture on you before you even get there. Like,
Exactly.
I'm still in the middle of this. It's hard sometimes, but thankfully I've been successful at avoiding a lot of things. I just watched Wolverine and Deadpool without anybody spoiling most of it.
That's
And that was a
amazing.
movie that people wanted to spoil. Like they just had to talk about everything, including again these two guys. Thanks. Actually, they were very good about not spoiling it for me. To be fair, I have one last Al Miro sort of related thing. In 2016, you did Star Trek Beyond. 2017, you did Death Note. You are now doing back-to-back, very ravenous fan base pop culture things. How did you get involved with Death Note?
That was funny because I was actually working at the casting director's office as a reader. So when people came into audition, I was on the other side of camera reading because I started working for them. And they wanted a British accent for a newsreader, and my my boss was just like, well, there you go, what about her? So then I auditioned for it, and then I got it that way. And at the time I also read for Al when he came in to do his audition, so it was kind of funny. It was all a perfect storm, and we ended up together again on set, which was awesome. So
through all these things, do you have an action figure yet?
No.
We got to get you there.
I would love that. That would be very cool. Or like the bobblehead ones.
You could, yeah, I had one made. It's not the same as if I did something noteworthy enough to have them make it. You could have one custom to sort of your face and hair, but
one myself, and then I'll be like, oh, look what Nathaniel sent me. Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Yeah. We might. We do silly. We've done weird things before, but it gets a little stalkery. What's your address? I need to send you something. Yeah. Have a great one. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Be safe out there. Treat each other well.